It's a bird!
It's a plane!
What is that?
The Flying Gazelle.
What's going on YouTube? It's the Flying Gazelle, and today I'm starting to make my new desk. I'm recovering from health issues, got kind of sick. My Enon Wood store, I got these beautiful pieces of cherry. They're gonna serve as like the kind of like my side desk, and I got a piece of this walnut that I'm going to inlay, and I have to rip cut 2-inch strips out of there with my new Craig jig. Woodcraft, they have the dowel rod jig. So I've got this, and it's got the drill bits and stops. I've got dowels. I've got wood glue. Lighting out here is terrible, but I think it's beautiful. I love the grain. Alright, so when I went to rip cut, I guess I didn't set the saw guide up correctly because they're not 2 inches. So I think I'm just going to put this bigger piece in the larger piece of wood. Going to use 1/4-inch dowel rods with the joiner jig. I was planning on just like taking it all the way through, but now I think I'm just going to oh, I need to clean up the edge on this one too. Never mind. But it looks like I'm just gonna go, you know, however many I feel like I should go on each side, and then line it up with the boards. We are lining up the dowel rod holes where they're gonna go, and then I'll take my square and line it up, and then we'll get to putting the dowels on the other boards and putting it all together with the clamps. Then I just wanted to add a board to the back to make sure that like it fits the seams. I'm out of clamps. There's a little lip right there. I don't really have anything very heavy that goes on there I can put on there. Actually I do, but it might mess my clamps up. It'll be fine. Well, there she blows. And that is pretty dang flush, if I say so myself. I'm probably gonna have to get a little bit of wood filler just because that cross cut wasn't the greatest. And I might drill that knot hole out for computer cords to go into. I think I'm just gonna let it sit. Looks good. I'm already starting work on the other one, so yeah. Alright, so I took the clamps off the main board. Not quite as flush as I wanted on the top. That's fine. Take that off with the saw. There's a little dip right there and right there. That's not too bad. I guess tomorrow I'm just gonna be sanding a lot. Side table. Also, or the side L. This is actually a lot more flush than the other one. That one turned out pretty good. This one turned out a lot better. Mostly because I learned from that one. What I did on the first one was with this dowel jig. Is like on one board I did it from the top, but then the other side board I did it from the bottom. So I got mismatched. I probably should have put a couple more dowel rods in there and put one in like right here and down there to just because you can see how the board is warped a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty warped right there. You can see it. There's a lip right there. But excited nonetheless. Well, it's now Friday. I started the desk yesterday, Thursday. Stayed the same. Things is like it's not very smooth. You can see kind of here where it's kind of rigid. It's honestly pretty dang close, but I went out and I got a Ryobi hand planer anyways, so I can take off little chunks. The only other problem that I'm having with this is not as thick as I wanted it to be. It's only like, it's not even an inch thick. So I went to Home Depot when I got the planer. Got some 2x4s. Gonna make like a support frame underneath. Shouldn't be very visible, but if I want to, I'll go get some like trim boards or something. Just kind of cover it up, make it look nice. Or when I want to put a drawer on, if I want to put a drawer on. I was wanting to use these two support beams that a friend gave me from a barn as the legs, but the more I thought about it, I need like 4 or 6 legs. There's 2 more 4x4s over there, and I still have that one, so I should have plenty of legs. Stain them just to match the bed frame, because they're gonna be going right next to it. I'm gonna start cutting the legs. And actually, the more that I feel this, like, it's pretty sturdy. And if I position the legs at a spot, probably, I've had a mark right there to where it won't bow so much. I actually found this board that goes almost all the way across. And if I just tie the legs into this, it's wide enough that it still looks good. So I'm gonna cut this a little shorter. And then then I'll tie that into the legs. So then the desk it'll just sit on the legs like that. I think that'll work. Well, as you can see, it turned out pretty good. I got this one pretty good. You can see where I didn't quite hit the same lines. Oh, you can see that a lot. Well, I'm gonna hit this one again, and I'll get right back to it. I have now disassembled my old desk. New one's gonna go there. Gotta go get the rest of the legs. But here is the finished product. Just a light coat, one stain. I sprayed on this shellac finish stuff. I think a little too heavy in some spots. I'm going to take some sandpaper and get that off. You can see the white. But yeah, I'm happy with them. So now we're going to be in the setup process. I'm going to set the legs up. I'm going to measure how far in they are, and then pre-drill holes. I was going to try to attach them with pocket holes, but I think I'm just going to countersink and put screws in. I got the screws put in. I'm adding a brace for this desk, the side L, just because I have my fridge right there. I might just slide it over here, and then I use this to put one screw in, and I'm just gonna make it level now. Well, there you have it, folks. Worked out pretty good. I only had to use one leg just because of where I positioned that at. I'm gonna do some cable management and do some rewiring and stuff, and then I'll get back to you later. And there we have it, all set up. I just kept this stand for the computer just because I don't want it sitting on the carpet. There we have it. Probably gonna move my printer over here too. Just put it like right there. I'm excited. Time to sit down and play some video games.